We are so excited that you are here, and so lucky and blessed to have Annelise teaching this class. Annelise, I always tell her that she has the voice of an angel. I feel like when she speaks, everything's okay, everything's calm, everything's in control, and we're going to learn a lot of wonderful things. Annelise is really talented and gifted with people and with teaching, and so I'm super excited. I'm going to read her credentials here because she comes with so much expertise. So Annelise is an expert in the yogic sciences and apothecary, okay? She specializes in hormonal and emotional healing using a combination of yin yoga, essential oils, and metaphor therapy. She's a qualified Hatha and Yin yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance USA and an NLP master practitioner and trainer licensed by co-founder Dr. Richard Bandler and the Society of Neuro-Linguistic Programming in the US and the UK. You guys, she teaches stuff online to lots of people all the time. We are so blessed to have Annelise on our team and teaching you. I mean, we just know that we're just so fortunate. So Annelise, I'm going to go ahead and just turn the time over to you.
Thank you, Suzanne. The pressure. I'm going to just make a few adjustments to the audio and the videos. Let me also.
We've already had five more people join in just the last minute.
Awesome.
Welcome, everyone.
I am putting all of us on mute just till the end of the class so that there is no cross echo on our recording. But Becky, Suzanne, I will ask you to unmute yourself. That's one thing I'm doing. The other thing is the chat box is open for everyone. So please leave your questions on the chat. I know Becky, Suzanne are manning the chat. So, leave your questions there. And I will now share my screen with the PowerPoint, just making sure that I have everything. And to be honest with you, I'm very, very nervous. Let me open my screen out now. Here we go. So I have borrowed heavily from Becky's PowerPoint and the class she ran last, and also taken some inspiration from Nimisha's class on wellness consults that she had run a couple of months ago. Now, when I'm teaching this for us today, I want us to look at it as, a team. So we're a team where, we're going to huddle together and look at how does one do this to be able to grow, your own individual team members that have just come on board. So this is, we're looking at, there are so many ways to look at your wellness consult. You can look at, how you want to build your builders below you. But I thought in this time that we have tonight, I'll focus on purely how you work with this individual that has just got their first kid, or they've just got their first stash of, beautiful doTERRA treasures. So, how do you create that stickiness? How do you actually walk the talk of the advocate? Because that's what, doTERRA is all about. It's about us being able to be consultants, to be able to coach and guide people who've bought their product. So this is, what I will be covering with you all today. I've broken it up into different pieces as well. Now, this is something that I think is really, really important for all of us here tonight, and whoever else is also maybe watching the recording. Remind yourself of what made you sign up for doTERRA. What made you sign up to our teams? For some of us, it might be financial freedom, to be able to be debt-free, to be able to, make more passive income. Whatever it is, whatever it means for you. For some of us, it might just be that we want to work smarter. Maybe we want to work, less time, take more, more sabbaticals in the middle of the year. For some of us, it might be just doing the work we love. So just spend this next 30 seconds to remember why you signed up. And one is not better than the other. This is just what brings you to our Monday classes. This is what brings you to your telephones when you call people, when you're making your presentations. Yeah. And I've also anchored this in, because for me, yes, financial freedom's big. I really want to have that. But right now, I know it's just the oils. It's about being able to help other people make their lives better, make their families' lives better. And for me, I've anchored it in with an essential oil, with which pick one of your favorite essential oils, right? Pick one of your most favorite doTERRA essential oils and lock that in with this fragrance. So every time, you smell this oil, this becomes like your fragrance that says, okay, I'm here for this purpose. So you're walking, talking, smelling doTERRA. Now, this is something I really, and again, feel free to take snapshots of these screens. But if you need, we've even sent you a PDF of this document, because there are a lot of great hyperlinks that you can use, almost like a ready reference guide. So what is your checklist? Okay, number one, the first thing you want to do, and I learned so much from just this PowerPoint. Thank you, Becky. So many things I realized I have to do is, number one, whoever has just joined you, add them to your phone, right? Add them to your phone, make sure that you've got their email on your contact list. So really, you want to have all different ways to be able to communicate with them, right? So that's the first thing you want to definitely know. Do. You also want to keep them in the know of all the classes, continuing education classes. I have no idea what these squiggles are on my screen right now. Sorry, Suzanne, you're on mute as well.
You have to not allow annotations, because otherwise people accidentally draw on the screen. And you can eliminate the annotations, but you're going to want to make it so that people can't do that.
Yes.
That's from people taking screenshots, but then sometimes they accidentally.
So disable annotation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Every day we learn. I'm going to clear all the drawings. Thank you. So here we go. So this is something you definitely want to do, right? So you're building your own list of people. And okay, this is what you want to have in, like, at the ready when you're having a consult. Now, I know things are opening up, and I'm excited about that, because I know we're going to have opportunity to do more in-person consults. I had the pleasure of doing that with Joy when she joined my team. We had a lovely afternoon together, and we got to do this stuff. We got to really share. We got to smell. We got to really get into the oils. But so many of my consults have had to be on Zoom. So you've really got to make sure that you've got as many tools to make the oils come alive, make doTERRA come alive for your teams. So have the live guide handy, have the build guide handy, the share guide, the hyperlinks are here for you. The other thing you really want are two really good Bibles. So you've got the whole modern essentials. You get them in these small little handouts as well. You've got the essentials live, and you have the apps. The apps are not expensive, guys. So I've bought both the apps on the Play Store, because I have an Android, and they're about 300 rupees or 400 rupees. So they are definitely very, very handy. And I refer to them all the time now. The other thing that personally for me was the Essential Emotions book. So you get the emotions wheel, and you have an app. So what I did was I did the reviews of the app, and I preferred having the e-version of the book. So I bought the e-version of this book on my phone. So it's with me wherever I go. So you want these bits of literature, all the time. And then this is something, again, I know Becky and Suzanne do, and they inspired me to do this too. It was to keep a whole lot of, your stickers and they don't cost much at all. So add them to your, what is that thing called? The shopping cart. So you get your stickers, you get the small little drams. They're beautiful to be able to give people samples of these oils, to take away. You can even have small samples that you can even have in this keychain. So keychain, I'm not sure, I can't remember how much they cost, but you have about, I think, 7 or 8 vials in this keychain. It's a really good gift to give someone when they're starting out. And I think just being with someone, being able to share oils with them goes a long way. It's like a little something, a little more, bang for their buck. So this is what you want to have. So reach out again to, to your upline if you don't know where to find these. But in this PowerPoint, if you just need, go into the hyperlinks and it'll open your world to different material that you can invest in. Now, what are the various steps to your consult? So remember, you're either doing this on Zoom right now, or you're having, a little catch up with someone, maybe in their own home, or maybe they come to yours. But, most often you want to do this when they have just received their oils. If they haven't yet received their oils, like one of the girls on my team hasn't yet received her oil, I'm hoping to meet with her next week, but I'll maybe take my oils with me to show her and for her to be able to get a taste of it. So this was one of the huddles that I had with a group of girls. So you can see there's a whole yoga, centric group that I was working with. So we were looking at, again, the oils for the chakras. And when you're meeting with someone, remember that this is the focus of this presentation is their wellness, finding a way for them to make doTERRA a lifestyle change for them, to make it in every part of their homes for themselves and for their families. So you want to be able to create a wellness plan, a daily one, and a 90-day plan. So that's a large scope of advocacy that you're going to be building. Then you want to show them how to use these oils. They might have come to one Thursday class. And so their knowledge of the oils will also be very, very limited. So you want to be able to really reinforce some of those principles that they learned on Thursday. You want to be able to show them how to use their website, how to use their dashboard, how to use their LRP and make the maximum of it. And of course, you want to show them all the other juicy pieces that they can bury themselves in and learn. Something, when I was listening to Becky's class from a couple of months ago, for me, this was a huge aha moment, Becky. You said we are not doctors, and we want to encourage them to take care of themselves. We want to encourage self-care. I've heard that before, right? I've heard you say that before, but that morning when I was reviewing it hit me like a ton of bricks. I realized that I was sometimes taking on too much responsibility and making the oils sound like it was a protocol of a medical prescription, like take 2 drops of this and then call me in the morning. I realized that was the big mistake I was making. I was making the oil scary versus allowing people to nurture themselves and make the right decisions. And since that shift, I found that my, people coming to me have come back to me and saying, okay, these 3 choices you've given me, Anna, I want this one. I was like, this works. So you send them to the app, you send them to the doTERRA website, you point them in the direction of where you want to suggest. But of course, all of the other deeper digging is up for them to do. And Suzanne, Becky, if there are questions and you want me to pause, please let me know. So what we're going to do right now is the first part of the consult, which is where you want to remind them, you want to get them to smell, open their bottles, see what they have, right? So have them open up their kit. I'm a bit self-indulgent in this PowerPoint. I took pictures from all of my happy oil sharing gigs that I've had with the girls. So get them to open their stuff. I was so surprised that one girl, she had bought the intro kit and hadn't opened it at all. And she bought it with, purpose in mind. She wanted to have this for her son, for his breathing, etc., etc. But she hadn't touched the box, and these are just 3 oils. So we had to sit down together, and then we looked at different ways in which we could use it for the family. It's just 3 versatile oils. So if you have your diffuser, take it with you. If she's bought a diffuser as part of her kit, or he has bought a diffuser as part of his kit, show them how to use it. Literally start getting them to indulge in the oil. Remind them of how one can use the oils. Remind them especially how they can look at, the bottle. I'm looking for my camera. How they can look at the bottle and see, the information on the bottle, especially for those that are marked as okay for internal use. So you want to show them that. You want to also show them the source to you code on the bottom of the bottle, so that they know, the quality of the oil they have, or the components or the constituents, if that's there, if they're science geeks like us. So, show them how they can use it topically, share dilution charts with them, just, make a note of things that you want to give them in a nice little kit like this. That reminds me, I want to put a dilution chart into this PDF that we have. The other thing you definitely want to keep reinforcing for them is how to make the oils really work for them. So one size does not fit all. I remember, again, Becky sharing how, Becky and Larry have 2 different choices for sleep oils. Right? Just because lavender works on someone doesn't mean lavender would work on you. There's a lot that goes on, say, in the limbic brain when you breathe in an oil that will be more effective or less effective on a particular person. So you will find, each person will have their own go-to oils. Maybe they like the fruity fragrances more. Maybe they want the, the citruses, the pepperminty family more. So you'll have to be able to take all of that into account. And you also want to show them, where to apply these oils on the body. Where is it the quickest? How the pulse points work, how fatty parts of the body, because fat absorbs fat. So you want to show them that. You definitely want to show them how not to mix oils in water, when applying it on the system, because it's just going to drive the oil in even deeper, because oils do not dissolve in water. I read something very interesting. I'm not sure where I read that, but say you're giving yourself a compress. And if you put the essential oil on that part of the body, and you put a cold, wet compress, the water in the compress will drive the oil deeper into the body. On the flip side, what you want to remember also is, if at all you have too much oil, say if you've got oil in your eye and you want to wash it out, you're not washing it with water, you're actually using another oil, a carrier oil, to take it out. And the best oil to use would be the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, because it's again, this is the one we're talking about. It's always at room temperature. I mean, at room temperature, it's always liquid form, and it's again extremely soothing for the eye. I know this is Larry's little bottle that he hands out to people as part of again when they're doing their consults. And so please talk about safety. Please talk about safety. But allow them to also enjoy the oils. A couple of important things for them to remember, but then allow them to enjoy the oils. For example, the citruses, you don't put them on places where that skin would be exposed to the sun, because they're phototoxic. There are certain oils that might be contraindicated with medication, and that is again something that when you're looking at your apps, when you're looking at the brochures, the books, even the doTERRA website, there is a lot of information. So at this point, I want to tell you, do not be overwhelmed if this is your first foray into the essential oil world. Allow yourself to learn with as much curiosity, as much adventure as anybody else. Because when you learn, when you use, when you explore, that gives you so much more to be able to share with someone else. I didn't know as much. I didn't know as much about the oils. And again, maybe keep it to an area that you understand to start with. So you get a little more confidence, you get stronger, and then you move to other areas of or other oils that you want to cover. This is me trying out again the lemon oil for the first time, because I had never ever used oils internally till I found the doTERRA oils. So this was my first time ever using lemon essential oil in water, and I had to make an IG video about it. This was sometime last year. Today it's all reels. But again, a couple of things you want to tell them. Always use glass. Right? So people make a big mistake using plastic. It's just going to add more toxins into their body. So you want to use glass. You definitely want to keep your oils away from the heat or the sun. So I have a little, stash of oils in my kitchen now, because I love the ginger in my tea and the lemongrass in my tea. But I have to make sure it's not near the stove or near the window. So it's in a dark box that, again, so you have your dark bottles, but it's also in a dark box set aside in the corner of my kitchen. So it's easy when I'm making my chai. Yeah, so keep these things in mind when you're teaching them. So the first thing we've got was, showing them, telling them, reminding them how they can use their oils. Here's the important part. This is now, what do they need? What does this individual need? So the book you really want to have on hand, and you get these in the e-version on the doTERRA website. Right? You can also get beautiful hard copies, but I don't think they're available in Malaysia yet, right, Suzanne? Suzanne,
I'll go ahead and pipe in, but you can download them. They're free to download, and they have a lot of United States products in the Live Guide. So you have to kind of weave through,
edit it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't checked to see if the Live Guide is on the back office in Malaysia. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I checked recently, and they're not.
They're not,
okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's
it has so much good information. I would just download it and print it out and make copies,
Yeah. And I think that's a good tip, because it's not all the products are available in Malaysia yet. But as Suzanne said, when you go through the pages of the Live Guide, and this is something we're going to take a peek into right now, it gives you so much to talk about. It gives you so much to be able to uncover for this individual that you're doing the consult with. Remember, your primary aim at this first meeting with them is to keep it under an hour, and also to get to the crux of what it is that they want as health priorities go. So this is your Live Guide. Have that downloaded. Maybe go to Printo if you have one in your city. Get a really nice printout made, or email them one if you're doing it on Zoom. Do anything so that they have this book handy, and you can share screen and work with each of these pages. What I've done is I've pulled out some of the important parts from this guide, right, to talk about. The rest is already hyperlinked, and it's available for you. So first thing you want to be doing is having a conversation around this. This is our, literally the wellness pyramid. You want to be, and it's not like you're taking an FIR, saying, how's your health? How is this? How is that? You want to make it, consultative. You want to make it conversational. So you want to start with, on this grade, how would you, rate you and your family's, health on this, on a scale of, say, 0 to 10. Then look at the ones where there is a lower score. And say, tell me more about this. So if say someone's rated themselves really low on managing stress. So ask open-ended questions like, tell me more about this. And then how's that, affecting the rest of your health, or how's it affecting your work? Or maybe flip the question around and say, and if this wasn't, there, how would life be? So you're also getting them to imagine what life would be like, fitter, healthier, stress-free. stress-free, if I can add that word. Yeah. And say, for example, if you go to the Eat Right piece. Now, in the Live Guide, under each of these sections, there are recommendations. We also have the supplemental recommendations, not all of which we might be able to get from the Malaysia market. So do your homework, kind of get an idea of when you're talking about food, what are the various areas that you can suggest they use essential oils to, to up the score in that area. Now, remember, you do not get vitamins from the essential oils because the vitamin gets lost. Say if you're looking at vitamin C, right? It gets lost in the distillation process. So you can't promise them to take lemon essential oil and that's going to boost their vitamin C. But it's definitely going to help detox the body, cleanse the body, maybe boost metabolism if you take grapefruit. So you're looking at each area on this pyramid and seeing how essential oils can supplement, support the work that they're doing there. And so you're looking at the food, the nutrition, you're looking at exercise. Now in the exercise bit, again, you're looking at oils that can support any kind of recovery. So if they've done a heavy duty workout and they, muscles are aching, you've got your deep blue at the ready. And if they haven't bought the deep blue, if they haven't got their deep blue in, in the kit that they chose, that's something to make note of as a recommendation that they might definitely want to have, say for a following LRP. So you're helping them build their, doTERRA natural solutions, medicine cabinet. Yeah, I put the medicine in quotes. Toxic load is another big area a lot of families, need help with. And they might all, they might begin to think, oh my gosh, this is way too much. I can't be going and, throwing this out. I've just bought this. Everything, in time, everything in time. Start with the highest lever. So when I'm working with someone, I look for the highest lever that they can shift. That will create a ripple effect in different areas of their life. So if stress is their biggest piece, I'll address that first. So I'll look at oils that will help them sleep better, help them be calmer during the day, help them at their presentations, big meeting presentations, if that's what's causing them to eat wrong or not be able to work out, etc., etc. So just be their buddy, be their doTERRA buddies. Yeah? You want them to start thinking proactively about their own health. This is another beautiful page from the Live Guide. So it addresses every system. So you can have that, handy, every system in the body where there might be a need for an essential oil support. The other piece is this. Take a printout, work with this. You're getting them to, of course, list their top health priorities right at the beginning. You want to be able to then, as you're talking to them, as you're finding out, the levers that you want to move, what are the oil suggestions that you have? You want to make a nice, daily wellness plan for them. So say, wake up in the morning, you have this, during the day, you have that. Before a meal, you suggest something else. Maybe at bedtime, you suggest something else. And again, just keep your finger on the pulse of this person. And then you're looking at a 90-day plan. The idea for doing this is so you can, and you're not just going to leave them alone after this meeting. You're going to be able to hold their hands, nudge them, advise them when they're building, their wish list for their LRP orders the following month. So that's where our roles are very important. Because this is where we're starting, right? Each person who joins your team is going to be a walking, talking advertisement for doTERRA, testimonials for doTERRA. And when they've got the right, oils that have fitted with their family's needs accurately, they're going to be even more convinced that this is something that they want to be part of. So with the Wellness Consult, this is the whole bunch of extra stuff. You can share this with them. You can deep dive into it yourself. When I have nothing to do, say if I'm traveling, I'm traveling from one place to another, I get onto the doTERRA.com website and I'm either pulling up, some of the blogs, or I'm pulling up some of the magazines to read. It just blows your mind. YouTube videos, the podcasts, you don't have to set time aside. You can constantly allow some of it, to fall on your ears. You can be in the kitchen, you can let a doTERRA podcast play or a YouTube video play. Dr. Hill's on YouTube. A lot of the other specialists, have YouTube videos. So these are all areas that you can tap into. These ebooks, so say if somebody calls me and says that this is something that they're wanting, this is their area of interest. There was a lady who was a home chef, and she was looking at, doTERRA after one of our Thursday classes, looking at doTERRA from that angle, from that lens. So I sent her the whole, internal use of essential oils ebook. I sent her the, how to cook with essential oils ebook. So don't overwhelm them with too many things. Understand what they need, what they're interested in, and send them the, the relevant ebook to read, or the hyperlinks to read. So remember that lady I told you about who bought the intro kit and had no idea what she wanted to do with it? At the end of it, we learned to make Play-Doh for her kids with lemon and peppermint essential oil. So she was so kicked about that, because that way they were getting, some of that. She also ended up realizing she needed vetiver. Incidentally, Suzanne and Becky, we were talking about ADHD. So she ended up buying vetiver in her next LRP for her son who had ADHD. And what we did was we soaked the pencils in the oil for a while. Yeah, this was a tip that I first heard from Elizabeth Ashley. So you soak your wooden pencils in the vetiver, and of course they've taken in the oil, so that when the kid is writing, he's smelling the vetiver from his pencils. So that was, that was something that we experimented with as well. So you're constantly looking to see how you can enhance. You're not looking to see what can I sell, what can I make. It's about how do you enhance this person's experience with the oils. How do you make, and walk the talk of the doTERRA Wellness Advocate. This is another beautiful page. It's all here for you. I'm not sure all of you know, right? Now, this might be a very new world for you, the essential oil world. And the doTERRA Essential Oil Specialist certification is part of what doTERRA offers. It's about 97 USD. I would say do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. It's very, very comprehensive. It's very well structured. The material is simple to understand. And it has, downloadable PDFs. You can, again, print them out and put them into a spiral binder, and you've got your Bible there. Right? How oils are distilled. What is the purity that we focus on? It literally spells out all of the chemistry. Again, if you're a chemistry geek like me. So it's a very, very good, credible certification. It also builds your credibility in the market when you're talking to someone. The second thing that has just been launched, you'll see that I haven't started this one yet. It's the Natural Home Edit. So Dalshit, this is the one I was talking about. It's on the doTERRA USA Facebook page. And this is something that they've just launched as a course this August. The business building guide, I'm still just started, but this I think happened in June or July, right, Suzanne? So that's another important certification. And the other two are free, by the way. So this home edit is free and the business building guide is free. So please, please invest in yourself as well. This is another link that Becky introduced us to. It's the Love Oils. Every day you get an oil in your email. And of course, there is the magazine. Oh my gosh, guys, you can lose yourself in this. The interesting thing about the Daily Drop app. So there's this app called the Daily Drop. I didn't realize it till I think Praveen or Suresh showed us. You can actually go to the app, pick what mood you're feeling. So they ask you how you're feeling, and you can move these, these bars. And it's like, at the end of the whole quick, like six, seven things you move around on a scale, it suggests the oils you might want to take. So that's another very, very cool app to have on your phone. So these are some of our, my animations went a little crazy. So again, some of the hyperlinks. One thing to be careful of, you want to follow the original authentic doTERRA USA business and the Malaysia Facebook pages and the Instagram page. And so please be sure you're following the right links. I love this idea, Becky, of the Pinterest. I hadn't thought about that before. So go onto the Pinterest, you'll see so many DIY ideas, so many. I usually go to doTERRA, Google, and I go to the images section and I find a whole lot of stuff there. But Pinterest is a really cool idea too. So take snapshots if you like, but this PDF I will share with you all. Now, this is where the juice lies, right? I mean, this is where if you're looking to build business, and you're looking to also have that individual who's joined your team enjoy the benefits of buying the oils at 25% off, is to also add in the loyalty rewards program. Some people might not have done it yet. Some people might not even know what the LRP is all about. So that again is where you really want to help them make the best of it, get the deeper discounts. So you explain the LRP to them. Explain why it works. Also explain to them how it works. And more than anything, I think, the more they commit to their LRP, it's because they will tie it into what they did in the wellness consult earlier with you. So the oils that they might want. So that you're already future pacing them, saying, okay, this month, pick up this. This will give you maybe 50 PV, you get some points back. Or this is what you're picking up, you'll get 100 PV. And if they're also advocates under you, then that's giving them their LRP and the opportunity for them to earn commissions. Right? So this is again how you're helping guide them on how the LRP works. So you're going to be also making copious notes while you're talking to them. So a reminder of how the LRP works. So remember to tell them that every, as the name suggests, right? It's the loyalty rewards program. So the longer they stay committed, the longer they're buying products, they're getting more and more and more and higher percentages of points back into their account. Now, in order to keep whatever points that they have earned intact, say there's a month they're not able to pick up anything, to pick up the smallest item will keep that LRP account running. In order for points to actually be accumulated, they need a minimum PV of 50. If they are looking to earn commissions, then of course it's a 100 LRP order. The 125 is when you're looking, to benefit from the product, the free product of the month. I was so waiting for my Palmarosa this month. The 150, of course, is, sorry, this is the power of 3, right? Or this is the, I think I'm a little lost over here, Suzanne, with the 150.
Which one? What? Sorry.
The last column.
Oh, that's just sometimes doTERRA does 150 PV promotions. That what that's talking about, to simplify your power of 3. If you only have 3 people on your first level, and you have to get your first level power of 3 bonus, you need to have 600 overall PV. So it's just saying if you only have 3 people on your first level, you would each need to order 150 PV for you to get your first level power of 3 bonus. But usually there's more than that on our front line, and we have a few customers and a few other people, to help with that. So we encourage people to do 125 by the 15th. But if you don't have more people on your front line, some people would need to order more in order for you to get that bonus. That's kind of what it's saying.
Thanks, Suzanne. Yes.
That's interesting. Usually that chart says 200 PV.
200.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They have doTERRA 3 times a year, 4 times a year. They do a 200 PV promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what threw me, because when I put the slide together, in my head I saw last week's slide. But this is good to know as well. So what we've done so far is we've looked at all the stuff we need to keep at the ready for your consult. We looked at when you actually meet with that individual, how you're going to get them to experience the oil and really, really enjoy using their oils. Like the grand opening, you're going to do that wellness consult. You're going to see where in their lifestyle they need this essential oil support. You're looking for that highest lever. Then you're looking at showing them the safety, all of the resources, what they can do to create more self-care, more proactive self-care. That's the operative word and the mantra. And now, now that you've explained the LRP to them, remember, this is all under an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I know Joy and I got so excited. We were making blends, we were mixing stuff up. And then she said, oh, my son wants this, my daughter wants. So the two of us, mixed things. Another thing I did was, because it was COVID times and her kit had not come as yet, I took these, art paper A3 sheets, and I cut strips from there, just like you would get at perfumeries. You have these little perfume strips, but they were so expensive on Amazon. So I just cut up a regular piece of paper into strips. And, Joy would pick the oil, she'd put a dash on the strip and sniff it. And then she wrote down which one called to her the most. And so she had a whole lot of these things that she could use as bookmarks later for as long as the fragrance lasted. So we played with the oils that day. We even had lunch together. We had such a lovely afternoon just exploring the oils and also navigating the back office. So this is something that will really empower this individual that you're working with. So, open up, say if you're doing this on Zoom, I remember Suzanne saying this last time, you can actually take control and, work on their screen. I think it was Matt, you work on their screen, right? You can take control, or you can share your screen and show them how to do this. So there are 3 different parts of the dashboard that you want to show them. Number 1 is you want to go to My Office settings and get them to set up their profile. And so that's the first thing you want to do. You also want to show them how to work and edit the LRP order. Of course, the way we order is different, while we're sourcing from Malaysia right now, but you want to keep this LRP template at 100 PV at the minimum, so that you're also looking at your commissions coming in. Right? So keep this LRP template. And the third thing is to help them set up their domain. It will be open in India. Of course, it's more like a placeholder. So in my website, at the bottom it says, in order to know more, or in order to get your own oils, WhatsApp me on this number, because this is something that, again, will not currently be accessible to people in India, nor will it feed back into your account, right? So just work these 3 placeholders for now. Am I missing anything here, Suzanne?
No, so
okay.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, there are also, so besides having the wholesale customers that remember, you're doing this for everyone who has picked something up from you, even if it's just that one intro kit, or if it's just a bottle of, frankincense. Say, hey, I want to do this with you. The fact that they bought frankincense means you already had a conversation with them. So find opportunities to do a wellness consult with them, regardless of what they bought. Now, some of them might not already be wellness advocates, right? And you might want them to get a little more deeper into the business, if that's something that's good for them, or what they're looking for. So remember, of course, you want to keep all of their numbers right at the beginning, but you also want to give them your coordinates. You want to give them your YouTube if you have one, or the team's YouTube videos. You want to point them in the direction of all the Instagram pages that they can benefit from. So give them all of these inputs. I think what I'm going to be working on, and I know JC, Praveen are going to help, is like making like this master sheet with all of the videos, all the class recordings and the hyperlinks. So that's something that you all can keep as a library of all the classes that have been conducted to date. Maybe the PDFs. It's going to be quite a task because it's a year and a half of very, very valuable resources. But I'm going to try and see how that can happen, hopefully by the end of this month. Now, ask for referrals. I think this was something that I was very shy doing, but I realized this is something you really want to do. Ask them for a referral because they've now smelt it, they've experienced it, they understand it, they see more of the oils, they see more of the business. Maybe ask them if they'd be willing to host a class, even if it's 3 or 4 of their neighbors or 3 or 4 of their family. And then, of course, I love this idea, Becky. So you said give them a keychain, and for every person that enrolls from that, that tea party that they had or that party that they hosted, you fill up one of those drams with their favorite oil. So I've made a note to myself saying, okay, this month, since things are opening up, I'm going to order a lot of these keychains on my NRP so I can have a little more fun and challenge people that I know to do, to spread the word, to share, Another interesting thing that worked really well was when we did that blast. So there was that email blast you all had us do on one of our calls. And you said we send it to everyone on our phone list and saying, hey, will you help me win this competition? And, inviting so many people to a Thursday class. So things like that, just get people to support you more, because at the end of the day, they will thank you. As long as you're not soliciting in a very sleazy way, they know that your heart is in the right place. So ask for a referral. For those that are looking to be financially independent like you are, right? For them, you're wanting to bring out the build guide. You want to be able to walk them through the build guide. So that again is available in the e-format. Show them, talk about why it's important to build a financial pipeline, which is again where the LRP features. Because if it's just retail clients, then you're going to be waiting on retail clients only every month. Versus if you have the LRP, you're building a more sustainable flow of income. So show them exactly what they can hope to gain. This is an area where I loved also what Manisha did in her wellness consult video. She showed it to us from her work, from the spa that she runs, and how she uses the wellness consult in that space. So what I do when I'm talking to someone is look at this part, saying, okay, so if you're looking to supplement your income, what is the space you're in? So if there's a yoga teacher, I'll maybe show her how she can use this business in her current workspace to be able to leverage and to work with the oils there. If it's a doctor, so you're basically reframing things to fit the person in the space or in the niche that they want to be in. For example, Joy again wanted to do work with biblical oils. So her focus has been understanding, studying everything about essential oils and the Bible. So she can speak to her target area, her target audience with that lens. So you want to be able to help people customize the business for the people that they will be mixing with. And of course, remember, not everything can happen in 1 hour. So you want to be able to schedule another catch up. You're saying, okay, this is your daily wellness plan that we've made. Let's catch up at this date, see how you're doing. Let's catch up this month to see how you did the first month. Remember, it's a 90-day plan, and you're there with your team. You've put them onto a WhatsApp group that you're nurturing. You're maybe creating a little competition there or encouragement there. You're reminding them about the new products. You're also saying, hey, you know what, I know you wanted this. This is now on 15% off. And teach your one-downs to do the same. So you don't have to be making these calls right down right down the line. You're nurturing your top 3, your top 4 builders to also do that with their teams. So you're making mini-me's and clones of yourself. This is our team. This is our team. And I think I'm so blessed. I know everyone else on this team agrees with us, but we're so blessed to have you all. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Suzanne, Becky, Larry. And here is the end of my presentation.
Wow.
That was so beautiful, Annelise. Thank you so much.